Welcome back to this special episode of Storytime with Jake. Today I will be reading On Board the Titanic, What It Was Like When the Great Liner Sank. We will begin at Chapter 2, Thursday, April 11th, 1912, 1:45 a.m. Harold Bride tiptoed up the Titanic's grand staircase. He glanced at the large clock on the landing. It was 1:45 a.m., almost time for him to go on duty in the wireless room. His boss and friend, Jack Phillips, would be tired. Between them, the two men made sure the ship's wireless sent and received telegram messages 24 hours a day. Harold looked around. He wasn't really supposed to be here, but at this late hour, there was no one to notice. Besides, he wanted to see some of the fancy parts of the ship. As a junior wireless operator, he spent almost all his time working in the tiny wireless room or sleeping in the small bunk beside it. Harold stared at the carved wood and the statues on either side of the clock. He wanted to touch them, to feel the polished banister, but his hands were full. The tray in his right hand was getting heavy, so was the bucket on his left. Up on the boat deck, Harold carefully opened the door to the wireless room. Phillips's head was bent in concentration as he listened to messages through his earphones. Harold put the tray quietly on a table. He shifted the bucket to his other hand and slowly crept up behind Phillips. Then with a cry of, "Happy birthday!" he poured the bucket full of ice cubes down Phillips's back. Phillips roared and from his chair tried to take a swipe at Harold. Later, as the two friends ate the pastries Harold had brought on his tray from the first-class dining room, Harold thought about how lucky he was. He worked with Jack Phillips, the funniest, most hard-working man he had ever known, and at the age of 22, he had a job on the Titanic, the greatest passenger ship in the world. And that's it. Just one page.